is a beautiful day on St. John. The waters are nice and calm. Wish I could say the same for myself. Hey everybody, and welcome back to Disappointing Your Demons. My name is Ron, a grateful recovering alcoholic. Before we get started, I just want to say my channel is growing. I'm now up to almost 130 subscribers, and I just want to say that I really appreciate all of your support and your shares and everything that you guys are doing to help this channel grow and get the message out there. It's really appreciated. I can't say enough good things about you guys. So with that being said, if you like the channel and you like the content and you like the message and you think it will help, please like, subscribe, and share. And I just really just want the message to get out there. One thing that somebody asked was, about a couple things was if my channel is monetized. No, it's not, and I don't know that as it will ever be. If I do decide to monetize it, I'm certainly not going to try to profit off it. I will donate any money that I make off of it. But I mean, it's a moot point because I'm not going to monetize it. And then secondly, another question somebody asked me was, hey, you've only been 5 months sober. Who are you to be the sober guru or whatever? And I never actually claimed to be a sober guru or anything like that. I simply claim to be a recovering alcoholic who might know a thing or two about alcoholism, as I have struggled with it my entire life, and also, as many of us know, that even 5 months is an accomplishment in and of itself. Even 1 day, 1 minute, staying sober for that long is an accomplishment. So if you've managed to string together even 1 minute of sobriety, hats off to you. Good job, and just keep it going. And I also have to say again that I'm not a psychiatrist, psychologist, doctor, medical professional, counselor, anything of that nature. I'm just a guy relating his story and the things that I do to stay sober and my experiences in sobriety. Okay, so with all that out of the way, today I actually want to talk about something that's been kind of going on, and it's been getting a little bit worse and worse. And that is cynicism and my overall attitude. I have noticed a trend, and I'm working hard to figure out why it's happening and to combat it. But most people, when getting sober, they think, that their attitude is going to get better, or that their thoughts are going to change, or anything of that nature. And for the most part, I would say that I have gotten better in many ways. But creeping into my overall better attitude and better disposition is just this incredible cynicism towards the world. And I believe I'm using the word right. I looked up the definition, and I'm not going to recite the definition because I can't remember it, but also that's just kind of boring. But I believe I've become more cynical. And I can't quite pinpoint when it started, and I've talked to my sponsor about it and other people, and they say it's kind of a natural progression, but the problem is that if you don't nip it in the bud or let it keep going and your thoughts keep festering, that it can be one of the first signs of heading down the path of relapse. And as you guys know from my previous content, that my biggest fear, and really the only thing that I fear in life more, and so, like, not just fear, I'm freaking terrified of it, is relapsing, because I know where that road leads, and I don't want to go down it. Obviously for many reasons. I've gained too much in my 5 months of sobriety to just let it all go down the tubes because I decided to pick up a drink. But I also don't want to lose myself. So yeah, like I was doing my fourth step in AA, and again, not advocating for AA. It's just what I do to stay sober, and it works for me. And one of the things is the step, and the fourth step is taking a fearless moral inventory. And boy, like when I got to one of the points, my sponsor told me to write down things that I fear. And I struggled with it because the only thing that I could come up with is a fear of relapse. So I want to avoid that at all costs. And having this new attitude problem, I will call it, that I have. So I guess it's not a new attitude problem. It's just been kind of magnified because I've always had, kind of a cynical attitude a lot of my life, and part of it is, the whole I'm gonna fuck you before you fuck me type of attitude. But also, I don't trust too many people. I definitely don't take people at their face value, at their word. A lot of times, like you gotta prove and earn your trust, or my trust, I guess, and my respect. And that, from my upbringing and from the things that have happened to me, is a very, very, very hard thing for me to give to somebody. Maybe not so much the respect thing, but certainly the trust thing. But my cynicism is just like I don't like anything or trust anybody, or everything is just terrible. And I think through the fact that I'm not self-medicating with alcohol and not self-medicating with drugs, that is starting to run unchecked. Like, I can't quite put a finger on it. I guess you would have to see me in action, but like I'm getting to the point that I'm like purposefully avoiding people and situations where it puts me in with a lot of people, not because I'm afraid of them, but just because I have such a strong dislike for people, places, and things. And that's not good. Like, that's going to lead me to isolating. That's going to lead me to losing friends that I do consider dear, because I'm going to say the wrong thing, or something's going to rub me the wrong way, and I'm going to snap at them. Just a whole host of problems that will arise from this. And how do I get myself out of it? And some people say, oh, you're just going to see the good in everybody. Well, to that I say bullshit. To me, like 95% of the world is just full of assholes. And again, see, there it is. And maybe I'm the one who's way off base in that. Maybe they are right. I should see the good in people. But for the here and now, I say bullshit. Just because of my experiences of people just taking advantage and absolutely, screwing you over at the first chance. Now, that's not to say that I wasn't responsible for that. So maybe that's where it comes from, is that through my, previous behavior and the way that I was, especially when actively using, that I think because I was that way, most people are that way. So maybe that's where all this is coming from, is that it's that I'm projecting my own character defects on people, which is odd too, because like through like Alcoholics Anonymous, like it's through a group of people, many people that I tend to stay sober and go into AA meetings, while there are a few that I go to, my home group included, that at most in a meeting we have 12 people. maybe sometimes 20, but like there's other meetings that I go to that have over 100 people in them. Um, and maybe it's because the majority of them they're through their own personal choice rather than being court ordered, and they're trying to get better. Is that I trust them more, or I don't have the same view on them because they're in the same boat as me. And also, I have been doing something which I don't want to say I swore I would never do, but at the same time, I'm starting, or had started, and I put a stop to this real quick because I'm trying to help people, but I mean this channel is all about honesty, and like I said, I'm just going to tell it how it is. I've said that right off the rip. But while I don't think that alcohol should be made illegal, or I think that that alcohol is bad per se, it does cause problems, but there are certainly people out there that can have a drink or two and not have it absolutely ruin their lives. And to them, kudos to them. I, you know, I wish that I was one of those people. I really do. I wish that I could go out to a bar, have a couple of drinks, call it a night, and not just go completely off the fucking rails. But I can't. I am not that way. But my point is that I was starting to look at people who drink even moderately as fucking assholes, as people that I don't know, like, and people that have a bit of a maybe a borderline drinking problem. Like I was really looking at them like almost like I was better than them, and then I have to stop and think like, man, you're a freaking idiot, dude. Like you literally were just at the point in your life where you were almost killing yourself with alcohol and drugs, and uh, and literally waking up, covered in your own piss. And now I'm going to be that guy who's like looking down on these people, or looking down on people for even drinking, having fun in drinking, and thinking that I'm not better than anybody. I tell you what, like I'm just a dude, like, and I have absolutely no right, no foothold, no moral superiority to any of these people. Like, I don't know where that was coming from. Like I haven't really talked about that with too many people, but I don't know where that was coming from. It was, it's bad, like to think that way. And so I quickly, put a stop to that. Like I know that I'm not better than anybody. I know that my job here as an alcoholic, as a member of AA, and just as a decent human being, that I'm here to help. I'm not here to judge. And I would hate if I ever did anything to hurt somebody's chances of getting better, or turn them away in their hour of need, when not too long ago I was more than in my hour of need. And through the help of others, I was able to pull myself out of it. So I guess bottom line is that, like, I think, and I kind of went through this before when I got sober the first time. Oh, jeez, words are hard. When I got sober the first time around, and I think it might just be a progression of things, a progression of recovery, that over time we lose sight of where we came from, or we let ourselves develop a manner of thinking that that's not parallel with the road of recovery. It kind of goes off on its own little path, and you gotta find your way back to the main road. Because, like, honestly, the past week, I want to say it's been maybe 2 weeks, I haven't been as um, positive. I haven't been as happy, I guess, um, with my lot in life. And let's be honest. I mean, I have it pretty damn good. Um, I've got a lot of things going for me, and you know, and they just keep getting better. So where this is coming from, where this cynicism is coming from, where everything and everybody sucks, I don't know. I do know that I have to again keep it in check, and I just wonder. I mean, leave in the comments if you guys, anybody with any length of sobriety, I don't care if it's a week or 10 years, um, leave in the comments whether or not you guys have gone through something similar, because I'd be interested to hear. I know I'm not unique, and I know that you know that other people have gone through things that maybe even I haven't gone through yet. So just share experiences. I think too that also personal issues that have absolutely nothing to do with the things that I'm mad at or aggravated about or anything certainly tend to seep in, and I think that has a lot to do, or not that has a lot to do, but I think that um, alcohol certainly numbed that, again, because we used the term self-medicating, and that's exactly what it is. I think that the alcohol certainly closed my mind off to a lot of things that I haven't necessarily noticed. And maybe that because I've just had years of not dealing with it, or filtering it through like a normal non-alcohol soaked brain, that I'm noticing things more, and that things might not be, or probably aren't, any different than they were before. It's just that I'm so much more uh, I'm so much more like focused, or I don't know how to explain it, but I see it more, and so since I'm not drowning it, that it sticks with me. I don't know if that makes any sense. I feel like I'm kind of like, I don't want kind of like just stumbling over my words here, but yeah, I mean, and also on the same vein, you don't want to, just because you're sober, allow people to walk all over you, or just think that you're seeing things where they don't belong and be able to get taken advantage of either, because that does happen a lot in sobriety, and I have seen that firsthand. This isn't just hearsay or hyperbole. I have seen people who have gotten sober, and in their effort to try to be a better human being or a better person, they allow themselves to be taken advantage of severely, um, which you don't want to do either, because that's going to lead you down a path of possible relapse, because you're going to sit there and wonder how the hell oh geez, here we go again, or let it happen again, this and this. um, so I guess what I'm trying to say, it's really fucking difficult. It's really difficult to navigate this world sometimes when we're in recovery, because I guess basically, you're having to learn how to live all over again without substances. Um, so from this point forward, and because I'm talking about it, and because I'm verbalizing it, and also because it's I'm consciously aware of it now, I am going to make an effort. I am making an effort to see more good in the world, or the bright spots in the world. Like, for example, this was great. The other day, my one of my grandsons is 4 months old now, and was over my daughter's house, and I got to hear him laugh for the first time, which was amazing. Like, just, and it was an appropriate spot to laugh. Like, he wasn't just like making a noise because that's what babies do. They just start making noises. But I was holding him, and I was making funny faces and sounds at him, and he just started belly laughing, and it was great. So, there's some good in the world, and there's, a bright spot in my sobriety, because if I was not sober and I was drunk, I would not have been allowed over to experience that. But I guess with that, I will end here. And thank you. If you've made it this far, thank you for taking the time to watch. I appreciate you all, and I hope you have a blessed day and a blessed weekend.